What's up guys, Mike here, and today we're going to be talking about 5 winners and 5 losers in the 2016 NBA draft. Now before we get into that, I just want to say that the Lakers and the Sixers will not be on the winners list. And the reason for that is that it's just too obvious that they won. They had the top 2 picks and they took the top 2 prospects. And also, I just want to tell you guys that I am doing a giveaway at the end of this video. I've never done one before, I'm pretty excited about it, so make sure you watch until the end. And enough of this, let's get into the 5 winners and the 5 losers of the 2016 draft.
Winner number 1. The Oklahoma City Thunder. For a team that can't possibly be 100% confident that Kevin Durant is staying with them, this is possibly the best thing they could have done. By acquiring Victor Oladipo, the Thunder do not just improve their team, they also are sending a strong message to Kevin Durant that they are dedicated to improving their roster. And it's about time, as after the Thunder traded away James Harden for pennies on the dollar, they have done little to improve their roster around Durant and Westbrook. Seriously. The Thunder are very lucky that Steven Adams has become such a solid player, because if not, the Harden trade would have been one of the worst in NBA history. And continuing with this side note, isn't it funny that with this trade, the Thunder officially chose Ibaka over Harden, and now years later they're trading Ibaka for Victor Oladipo? Whatever. Anyway, this trade gives the Thunder more lineup flexibility as they add another combo guard to their roster who can handle the ball, which also means they don't have to overpay Dion Waiters if his value has gotten too high. This trade also frees up more time for the stash bros in the future. So really, we're all winners. And if Kevin Durant chooses to stay, a lot of people are already predicting that the Thunder will be title favorites next season, giving them a buzz that has to affect Durant's decision. And finally, Sabonis looks like one of the most NBA ready players in the draft. Even if he's never a star, I think he'll be a solid NBA player for a long time. Loser number 1. The Orlando Magic. I'm going to go on record right now and surprise you guys a little bit. I don't hate this trade for the Magic. To explain why, let's take a look at their roster. Currently, even if they don't keep Brandon Jennings, Orlando has a lot of young guards. With Elfrid Payton, Evan Fournier, and Mario Hezonja on the roster, clearly Oladipo was expandable. Plus, after watching Oladipo play with Payton, it was clear that the two didn't fit together. Now, with that said, this trade can still either be good for Orlando or absolutely horrible. It really depends on 2 things. 1, Serge Ibaka absolutely needs to re-sign long-term with the team. If they just traded away Oladipo and their lottery pick for a 1-year rental, then things have gone horribly wrong. And the second thing is that Ibaka needs to prove his offensive game is better than what he's been showing on the Thunder. Sure, a lot of people at this point have been saying that he was restricted in OKC's system, and his lack of involvement on offense led to some subpar effort from him. All of this could be true, but until he proves that it is true, then it looks like the Thunder won this trade. Winner number 2. The San Antonio Spurs. Some people are already penciling in DeJounte Murray as Tony Parker's future replacement, and possibly even a future NBA All-Star. To be clear, Murray was number 9 on Chad Ford's draft board, and he was taken with the 29th pick in the draft. Over the last 10 plus years, the Spurs have proven that they are able to find some serious value in late round picks. If Murray is able to live up to his pre-draft reputation, it looks like the Spurs have done it again, which raises the question, what exactly are other teams in the late rounds doing on draft night? Loser number 2. The Charlotte Hornets. I've gotten a lot of crap lately for making videos about Michael Jordan, because for the most part, I've given Jordan a ton of compliments. Well, Michael Jordan haters, here you go. Michael Jordan is a terrible owner, and again, the Charlotte Hornets made a terrible move. To put this into perspective, the Pacers acquired Thaddeus Young for the 20th pick in the draft, while the Hornets got Marco Bellinelli for the 22nd pick in the draft. Bellinelli averaged 10 points a game on less than 39% shooting last year, when he played on the Kings and wasn't even a starter. On top of that, the man is 29 years old. It's hard to believe that the Hornets could not have acquired an average to below average shooting guard in free agency, or gotten similar value in this draft. Remember, DeJounte Murray got taken with the 29th pick. Winner number 3. The Minnesota Timberwolves. As you guys know, I want the Bulls to trade Jimmy Butler. No need to get into why, I already made a video about it. You can watch it here if you want to. Anyway, as the draft went on, the Timberwolves became the number 1 potential destination for Jimmy Butler. But they never made a move because they were unwilling to give up Zach LaVine. And many people were confused about this because LaVine will probably never be as good as Butler is now. But here's the thing, keeping Chris Dunn and LaVine is much better for the Timberwolves' future timeline. Think about it. Jimmy Butler is already going to be 27 years old when next season starts, which means his next 3 years should be his absolute prime. But the Timberwolves are not ready to compete for a title. They might not even make the playoffs next season. Right now, people are riding the Karl Anthony Towns / Andrew Wiggins / Tom Thibodeau hype train, but they're forgetting that the Timberwolves only won 29 games last year. Sure, having a hardworking player like Jimmy would be a good example for Towns and Wiggins, but if we've learned anything from the Spurs, it's that continuity is incredibly valuable in the NBA. And I think that's the best thing that the Timberwolves have going for them right now. A core of 3 young players with great potential who can grow together into one of the most talented teams in the NBA. Unless the trade is perfect, there's no need to mess with that. Loser number 3, the Boston Celtics. If I've learned anything throughout my years as an NBA fan, it's that NBA draft analysts are not always as smart as they pretend to be. Sure, they give us some knowledge about draft prospects that we would never have previously known, but to be honest, their predictions are often subpar at best. But that's okay, I don't blame them, because in general, the NBA draft has proven to be a huge guessing game. Top picks such as Kwame Brown, Darko Milicic, and Anthony Bennett turned out to be busts. Late round picks such as Draymond Green, Isaiah Thomas, and Manu Ginobili turned out to be all-stars. That is why the best thing you can do in the NBA draft is to get as much value as possible out of your picks. Unfortunately, the Celtics really failed to do that this year. By all accounts, Jaylen Brown could have been available around the 7th spot. On top of this, their 16th pick was ranked around the 30th pick on most draft boards, so they could have taken either of these players later if they traded down. Combine these 2 picks with the Celtics' inability to package their assets into an all-star such as Jimmy Butler, and the Celtics appear to have not really improved their team in any noticeable way leading into free agency, which can definitely have an impact on their appeal as a free agent destination. So as of now, I have to mark up this draft as a loss for Boston. Winner number 4. The Phoenix Suns. I like what the Suns did here with picking both Bender and Marquise Chris. Both of these players are top prospects based on their potential, and the Suns are basically giving themselves 2 chances to find their future starting power forward. Since the NBA can often be basically a crapshoot, it's always nice to increase your odds. As for the selection of Tyler Ulis in the 2nd round, that was a great value pick for Phoenix. Leading up to the draft, some people had Ulis going as high as 14 to the Bulls. The fact that Phoenix was able to get him with the 34th pick is honestly surprising, especially after the recent success of Isaiah Thomas. Loser number 4. The Milwaukee Bucks. Leading up to the NBA draft, there were some serious reports that indicated that Thon Maker might be as old as 22 or 23 instead of 19, which is why most teams declared that they would not touch him until the 2nd round. Not the Bucks though. The Bucks decided that he would be perfect for the number 10 pick in the draft, which would be great, except that they could have traded down at least 10 spots and still taken him, on top of the reality that they picked a man who has literally been living the plot of 21 Jump Street for the last few years. Winner number 5. The Detroit Pistons. There was a time that Henry Ellison was predicted to go 5th to the Timberwolves. That didn't happen, which is great for everyone involved because he might be the perfect fit for Detroit's system. Stan Van Gundy wants an athletic stretch 4 who can shoot the ball paired up next to Andre Drummond, and Ellison certainly fills this void. Sure, he only shot 29% from 3 this year, but his shooting form looks great and he has a ton of room to improve. Plus, he gets the chance to grow with a young core of players, while Detroit can be patient with him and groom him to be their long-term starter at the 4. All in all, this seems like a win-win. Loser number 5. The Sacramento Kings. At this point, it really feels like the Kings and DeMarcus Cousins have their relationship down. The Kings make a ridiculous move that doesn't help to build around Cousins at all, and DeMarcus responds with some shade on Twitter that he later pretends has nothing to do with the situation. This year though, the Kings have managed to outdo themselves. They traded their 8th pick in order to select 2 centers in the 1st round. It doesn't seem to matter to them that their franchise player is a center, or that their top 10 pick last year is also a center, or better yet, that in the last few years the NBA has trended towards a more spread out style of play and the center position in general is becoming less of an asset. Nope, it seems like the Kings will continue with their plan to become the first team in NBA history to start 5 centers at one time. Am I being serious? No. But to be honest, a plan of DeMarcus Cousins at point guard is almost better than whatever the the Kings have been doing these past few years.
And so thanks for watching, guys. If you've made it this far, then time to talk about the giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 3 diamond cards from NBA 2K16. Diamond Kawhi Leonard, Diamond DeMarcus Cousins, and Diamond Rajon Rondo. It's as a thank you for you guys because you're just so awesome, and without you, I would not be here right now. So I'm giving away all those players all at the same time. All you have to do is just go follow me on Twitter and retweet those tweets. And in 3 days, I'm going to be picking a winner at random. And as always, to my subscribers, I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting supporting me. And if you haven't subscribed, I make NBA videos like this. I do a whole bunch of NBA content on this channel. If you love the NBA, I think it's worth your time subscribing. I'd love to have you, and as always, guys, have an awesome day, and cue the music.